Hello everyone, welcome. My name is Phoenix and this is the Consumer's Guide to Filmmaking. The Monkey. 2025, Osgood Oz Perkins. Following twin brothers named Hal and Bill, the twins inherit all of their father's knickknacks from his travels as a pilot. In particular, they discover a peculiar toy monkey. This toy, though, is far from harmless, as this monkey has the power to kill indiscriminately with the bang of its drum. After this monkey kills everyone they hold dear, Hal and Bill bury it in a well, and after 25 years, this demonic toy seemed to be a thing of the past for them. However, this drumming simian finds its way back into Hal's life. With no other choice, Hal must find a way to get rid of the monkey before all is lost. This was certainly a change of pace after Longlegs. This was a pretty entertaining little horror comedy from the Oz Man. This film, to me, comes across as Oz's attempt at a normie movie, if you could call it that. It's a crowd-pleasing affair, and Perkins made the concerted effort to pare his usual atmospheric and surreal directing and writing style down. It isn't completely gone, though. While the angles and the framing are pretty nice, they are more conventional than a film like, The Black Coat's Daughter or Longlegs. Oz still slips into some weird imagery, though, and slick editing in the dream sequences, such as the one where Hal is falling into this trippy, melting world. There was also a really nice fade-in that was lit in a police car's red and blue lights. That was cool. Production design-wise, Oz created some wonderfully memorable kills. The first one, where a guy gets impaled by a harpoon and it drags his guts out upon retracting, was a wild bit of practical effects, as well as pants-shittingly funny. The computer effects could become obvious to spot when they are used, but they never annoyed me to the point of breaking my immersion. Obviously, we do have to speak about the titular monkey for a little bit. Replacing cymbals with a snare due to copyright issues, the actual ape doll in this film nonetheless looked sufficiently creepy for what the film is going for. That wide, straight grin is a slightly unnerving sight, to say the least. Surprisingly, Oz shows he has some decent comedy chops with this film. The humor throughout the film is morbid, snarky, and got plenty of laughs out of me. This is not only because the kills were over the top and presented in a very slapstick sort of way, but because the dialogue and the characters could be so over the top as well. Hal and Bill's mother going on that grisly rant about everyone dying, the realtor being a total fucking cartoon. It's full of lighthearted, morose, and snappy interactions that really stick in your head. The overall story, though, isn't anything to shake a stick at. Like I said, it's more of a conventional movie compared to Oz's other films. Add to that, it's a Stephen King story. It's far from subtle. However, a lack of subtlety didn't stop me from appreciating the overall message of the film. The monkey is a very on-the-nose symbol for life's impermanence. Indiscriminate, random, and grisly, death can come from all angles and make people react in extreme ways. It's only when Hal accepts that this monkey, and death as a general concept, will forever be tied to life that he can move on and finally build a life with his son. In a dual performance, Theo James plays both Hal and Bill. His performance as Hal was incredibly charming, and every man struggling with the decisions he's made, his comedic timing and the delivery of these strong emotions in a darkly comic way was really fun. James's turn as Bill was an entertaining yuck sort of villain. He really hammed up how douchey this older brother was, and much like he did with Hal, delivered strong emotions in a very light and darkly funny manner. In supporting roles, we had Colin O'Brien as son Petey, and he played off James really well. I dug their father-son dynamic a lot. Adam Scott showed up for a cup of coffee as Petey Sr., Hal's dad, and he was pretty entertaining in the opening scene. Tatiana Maslany delivered the incredibly morbid and darkly droll dialogue of Mother Lois really well. That speech about everyone dying had me in absolute stitches. Oh, and Elijah Wood showed up for a hot minute, and he was entertaining. So while this isn't Oz's best movie by any means, I can sometimes respect a director wanting to make more conventional films after making weirder stuff for so long. The monkey isn't exactly challenging in many regards, but Oz is a more than capable director, and he turned out something that was funny and pretty well crafted. Longlegs or the Blackcoat's Daughter, this is not, but if you're in the mood for a fun romp during the spoopy season, keep this film on your radar. Yeah. And I am feeling a 6.5 to a 7 out of 10 on this one. Maybe it's a little closer to a 7 because it's a pretty funny movie, but maybe that's a little generous. Catch you later, guys.